things that we go through as women and how we can use the Bible to encourage us and continue to move forward despite any circumstances that we might be experiencing. Hey girl, hey! Alright, of course, as always, you know, it's Chellbee. I am the writer behind Chellbee.com. I am also the owner of Chellbee Christian Stationery, and now I'm a podcaster again. So we are doing another episode of Dear Bold Believer podcast. Today I am going to be talking about confidence, specifically more from a motherhood standpoint, and I'm just really excited to get into the episode. I'm always excited to get into the episode, but today that's what we're going to be talking about. So I'm gonna hush on the YouTube front and I'm gonna get started on recording the podcast, and I really hope you guys enjoy today's podcast. I am doing it from a different angle today, and yeah, we'll see if we like this angle. Maybe it's better, I don't know, let's see. So yeah, let's just get started. Let me get my video all ready, get my intro pulled up. I actually have a hot cup today, you guys. I feel like the last two episodes I recorded, this is going to be episode 3. I didn't have anything to drink, so I'm kind of proud of myself for actually having a hot cup today, especially since this is intended to be like a morning podcast, because my whole thought process for this was that I wanted you to have something on Monday morning to encourage you to go through your week, and also still leave you with some Bible verses to kind of read and think on and think over for the week. So I definitely am creating this and releasing this in a time frame so that you kind of have that encouragement to go through the week. But yeah, let's go. Especially since, of course, I'm on lunch, so this is all the time I have. Now, I'm sure you're probably like, why are you always recording this podcast on lunch? Because on the weekends, I have the kiddos here, of course, right? Mom life. And if you have kids, you know that the house is not quiet, especially not with my kids, not unless it's nap time, and usually I have to lay in bed with them in order for them to take a nap. So that's a whole nother story. But yeah, so basically, my thought process right now is I want to record as much as I can, since I want to launch this. This will be launching in 2023, so I'm going to try to batch record, which is how I really do all of my content, so that I can get this released and we can be consistent and post regularly, and I'll just continue to record during my lunch break, so that way I can be consistent with the podcast, and just continue to share, and we can continue to talk about womanhood, because that's really what this podcast is going to be about, just different things that we go through as women and how we can use the Bible to encourage us and continue to move forward despite any circumstances that we might be experiencing. But now that I'm done with my TED Talk, I'm going to get started. My friend says that all the time. Hey girl, hey! Welcome back to the Dear Bold Believer podcast. I am your podcast host, Chellbee. I am the writer behind Chellbee.com. And as you already know, I'm also the owner of Chellbee Christian Stationery. And today, I am back with another episode. I want you to go ahead and grab your big bold cup of Christ this Sunday, and grab your Bible. And of course, grab you a hot cup of coffee or tea. I actually have coffee today. So let's go ahead and get started. Today, I wanted to talk about confidence, and maybe not from the typical standpoint, but more about just kind of having confidence. I feel like mainly for after kids, but I feel like this could go for really, I guess when you think about it in hindsight, it can go for anybody, because the way I feel about my body now is not too different about how I felt like it before having kids, but now I just kind of realized how silly I was to think that I was like not in good shape before having kids, but yeah. So, of course, we have to start off with some Bible verses. So, my core verse for today is Psalms 139:14. This has been like my go-to verse for a while now. I think I started reading this verse like on repeat after I had Rose. And I'm going to read it for you. And of course, I'm coming from the English Standard Version of the Bible. So verse 14 is chapter 139, and we're in Psalms, and it reads, I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it well. I mean, it's such a simple, like, few words, but everything about that verse just, and I want to read the verse before it as well, because it says something in there that I think we all need, right? So verse 13, and we're still in chapter 139, and it says, "For you formed my inner word, parts you knitted me together in my mother's womb." Essentially, this verse is literally telling us that God, He created us and He formed us and He made us before we were even thoughts. I mean, honestly, before we were thoughts in our parents' head, but more over than that, that He's so majestic and amazing in all of His ways and wonderful in all of His ways, that He was a part of every detail of what we look like, who we are. Like, He formed us. Every part of who we are, God formed. And isn't that just a beautiful thing? Like, how can you do anything other than love who you are when you think of it in that respects? That He created you, He formed you, He knew exactly who you were going to be, and He was, like, God is thoughtful, you know? He doesn't do things by chance. So that curve of your lips, you know, the hips, you know, the shape of your cheekbones, all of that, like, that is all the work of God. So love every part of yourself. Now, on some day-to-day things, I was actually talking to a friend at lunch about this, because we both have, we're, you know, both moms now, we both have kids, but we were friends, you know, way back when, in like college days. And, you know, we still, of course, have those memories of what our body used to look like before we had kids, when we, you know, would go out and be able to wear crop tops and cute clothes. And I mean, she still dresses very cute like she did way back when, but I just am not comfortable, first of all, to dress like that. But it doesn't matter. Neither here nor there. Like, you can tell, my point is, you can tell she's got her confidence back and has learned to, like, really love and accept her body for where it is. And that's really a place that I'm trying to work to get through and get to. It's, you know, it's a day-to-day thing. It's a work in progress. It definitely is. But I just want to encourage you today, if you're going through the same thing, whether you're a mom or whether you're just a young woman who struggles with body issues, to love your body as it is right now. And remember that God created that. He created that curve. He created that. For me, I have, like, still a round belly, so people usually ask me if I'm pregnant, and I'm not, child. So just learning to love my belly, learning to love, you know, the curves that I didn't have before, learning to love being in a larger size, because I am in a larger size than I was before. Just learning to love all of the changes that maybe your body is going through or has went through, or just learning to accept your body. Maybe it's been like this for years, and for years you've wanted it to change. Learning to love the body you're in right now. Because the body that you have right now is beautiful. It's amazing. And sometimes I think until I accept how I look right now, I won't be able to change it. You know, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So I think, like, learning to love the way you look now is so important, even if you do want to change the way your body looks one day. You know, even if you want to get to working out, I think until you learn to accept where you are and how you look right now, it'll be difficult to really commit to, you know, changing your diet, which, y'all, I'm not a dieter, but but I think acceptance is so important to making those changes, if that's something you want to do. I'm personally not somebody who's into diets. I'm not into working out, and, you know, that's not going to change overnight. And so I just feel like the best thing I can do for myself is accept the body that I have, love the body that I have, recognize that body birthed two beautiful kids, and that is gift enough, and also recognize that God created this body, and I need to be grateful for that, be grateful that I'm in good health. I mean, obviously I could work out. I could definitely try working out. I could try changing my diet. But I also feel like mentally, until I accept how my body looks now, I'm not even going to be willing to do those things, if that makes sense. So just trying to get to that place of saying, like, you know, you're beautiful, you're amazing now. So that you can even consider, you know, doing some work if you want to get your body maybe more lean or more in shape, or maybe just so you can be more healthy overall. I think acceptance has to be a part of that. But more than anything, forget about acceptance for a minute. More than anything, I think it's so important for us to just be confident, to walk with our heads held up high, and know that we are beautiful, amazing women. And to all of my beautiful brown girls out there, I love you. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You don't need to change a thing. And as somebody who has considered, you know, getting like a boob job way back when, I'm so glad that I didn't. I'm so glad that I didn't. And now I'm like, no, I wouldn't, because one, I'm going to return to dust one day. Like, one day I'm going to pass away and I'm going to return to dust. And why would I waste money to, you know, and why would I change what God created? It's amazing and beautiful just the way that it is. And I'm just going to continue to pray, continue to affirm the words of God, and continue to do my best to just encourage myself, encourage other people to love who they are and what they look like right now, because I think that's so important. It's necessary. And I got all these notes here, y'all, and I'm not looking at a word of them. One of the things that I did want to mention today was that I've realized that it's important to dress, to like get dressed. And I've talked about this before in like my Proverbs 31 video of like the importance of getting dressed every day. That's something that I did when I stayed home with Rose, and I think it really helped keep my spirits up and helped me to get my confidence back, because I definitely felt like I did like get that confidence back after having Rose, despite, you know, whatever body changes that I went through. But with Caden, I did struggle a lot more, being that I was returning to work. I had been working from home, and working from home, you get comfortable, right? Like you're not going out anywhere, so you don't need to get dressed. You get used to wearing sweatpants, and I mean, after wearing sweatpants for 3 years, or wearing leggings for 3 years, you know, you start to kind of lose your confidence. Honestly, you start to forget about just taking that time to like care for yourself, like doing that self-care, you know, doing your hair, putting on some makeup sometimes, you know, putting on a cute outfit. You lose that sometimes. I know I definitely did, and that's one of the reasons I've been grateful to return to work, even though the commute is I have been grateful to just be able to see myself in the mirror and be dressed, you know, and feel like I look like myself, feel like I'm finally getting back to myself. And I think getting dressed has really helped with that, because sometimes you have to look better in order to start to feel better, quite literally. And getting dressed is a part of that. Now I get dressed even on my work from home days, because I don't want to go back to just wearing sweatpants all the time and not feeling like I look good. And so I found me some really cute like flare leggings, so they look dressed up from Shein. And I found me a bunch of little peplum tops, so I can kind of camouflage my belly and feel confident about my body. And it makes a difference. And so I just want to encourage you to start thinking about what you can do to change your routine, whether that be getting dressed, whether that be maybe getting dressed up, you know, every once in a while, just so you can get back to feeling like yourself. Maybe your old self didn't get dressed up, so now new you needs to find a way to get dressed up, to feel pretty, to do whatever that looks like for you. Because I know there's some people who, you know, you just put on lipstick and you feel like, hey, I'm good. So whatever it is that it is for you. I know for me, I like to put on bronzer and get my fill in my eyebrows, and I feel like, hey, I look good. So just taking that time to like do something that will make you feel like you look like your best self, it makes a difference. Okay, so care about yourself, care about how you get ready and present yourself for the day. Take that time for yourself so that you can feel good. I definitely highly recommend it. I feel like I have all the notes here, but I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna let myself ramble. Instead, I'm going to leave you with this affirmation, and here we are. I am His work of art. I am beautiful. I am loved. I am worthy. My body is everything God created it to be. I am confident. I am blessed. I am strong. I am capable. You are all of these things. You're amazing. I hope you repeat those words to yourself today. And you guys, until next time, be safe, be blessed. Love you. Bye.